Hi guys, I'm David with Media Unlocked, and today we're going to be talking about the new Tamron 70-180 f2.8 G2 version 3. Now it came out back in October. We've been playing around with it for the last month, maybe month and a half, and we have absolutely loved this lens. Now we have used it on a handful of shoots, but two of the main shoots that we actually use it on are two headshot shoots that we did. So we had some local people and ourselves come in for some free headshots so that we could test out. We were actually testing out some new lighting setups that we were doing, and we wanted to test out how well this performed. Now, pretty much the whole entire shoot was shot on the 70-180, and the clarity and sharpness and speed of this lens really just performed amazingly, way better than I expected. So we did shoot it with the new Sony A7R5 that just came out. So it is a 61 megapixel camera. So putting these two together, paired together, is just like wow. And we'll pop up some pictures from the shoots as well. There'll be a link in the description down below where you can go to my website and you can actually see like the full res pictures and get a really good idea of the quality of the images from the shoot. So again, this came out in October. It's their version 3. We also used earlier on in the year the Tamron 35-150, which is an f2 to 2.8, which is another phenomenal lens. But one of the really nice things about this lens is it's a little bit lighter. And it is so smooth. That's the one thing I love about some of the new Tamron lenses they've come out with in the last year, is how smooth this goes in and out. So say you're shooting video and you're wanting to get that nice pretty zoom in and out. Well, this is going to really have that nice smooth feel to it. This lens, again, the way it focuses, it's super tack sharp, it is quick. And it just really performed well for us on these shoots. And again, this lens is great for portraitures, it is great for headshots, it is great for family shoots. We'll also use a lens like this. This will be our down the aisle lens when we're shooting down the aisle for a wedding. So if we're doing video and we're shooting directly down the aisle to capture kind of right down the aisle to show the bride and groom and kind of have a nice tight shot, because we'll run 3 camera angles. This lens really performs well for something like that. Now, this is a $1,300 lens, and I bet if you wanted to try to find a used version, which has only been out for a few months, you could probably find it for probably around $1,100 to $1,200 to save yourself a little bit of money. But for the price point compared to like the Sony 70-200 2.8, which I think the price point around is like $2,200 brand new, this is almost $1,000 cheaper. And while I haven't put it up directly with the Sony 70-200 2.8, I would be very remiss to believe that the Sony would outperform it. Like the quality of the images, like it blew me away. Like we were zooming in like 200-300% on these images, and we were just blown away at the quality and the sharpness. So that's a really big thing for me. So when we're doing headshots, we need a super sharp lens for that. Now, again, we did pair it with the new Sony A7R5, which is a 61 megapixel camera, and this thing is absolutely a beast. And while we are going to be making a review on this, and we're borrowing it from B&H, we're probably going to end up just purchasing this. We're probably also going to be getting the lens as well, as I think that, you know, it's only to 180 instead of the 200 like your normal 70-200, but that doesn't bug me. I think it works phenomenal. One of the nice things is that these newer lenses do firmware updates, and so it does have a USB-C piece here that you would connect in if there's a firmware update specifically for the lens. But this version 3 is phenomenal. Now, I have not used the version 2 in a couple of years, a year. It's been a while since I've messed around with the version 2. So I haven't paired it with the version 2 to see if it's like worth the upgrade. But if you're looking at a telephoto lens that is super sharp, that has great bokeh, great depth of field, I would really seriously consider looking at this Tamron 70 I want to say 70-200, but 70-180 version 3. It blew me away. It really performed well. I actually was thinking about getting the 35-150 f2 2.8 because I love the amount, like it 35 to 150. I mean, that's just phenomenal. You're like wide, you know, decent mid-range all the way up to telephoto, right? But I really believe, and I'd love to put them up against each other, I really believe that this lens actually probably outperformed it on the sharpness scale. It was amazing. So if you are looking for a new lens, especially telephoto, something that you're gonna do family portraits, weddings, you're gonna do headshots. Again, I know a lot of people are stuck on like an 85 or 90mm for headshots, but I really like the 70-200, 70-180 here. I really like the way it performed, and like I said, we're probably going to purchase this, and this is probably going to be our new headshot lens specifically. I do have an 85. We may use it from time to time, but very happy with this. Super sharp, very quick when it comes to focusing. We haven't shot a lot of video with it. Mostly we've used it as just a photo lens over the last month, but hopefully we'll get a chance to do a little video with it before we have to send it back to B&H, or we just end up being like, hey, just send us an invoice, we'll buy it. So if you guys have any questions, of course, leave a comment down below, send us an email. We'll add a link in. So if you guys want to go check it out, purchase it, it does help the channel out. There isn't a lot to say about a lens, to be honest. But other than that, like we're super happy. Of course, we probably sliced in some B-roll for you guys to actually see us using it. And again, we'll add a link to my website down below, and you can go look at the headshots, and you can look at some of the new stuff that we've done. And that was all shot with this 70-180. So as always, guys, we'll catch you next time.
Let's go.